On the dividend news, we will start off with Cal-Maine Foods, which hiked its dividend by 46% to $1.49 quarterly. We also have Enterprise Products Partners, which hiked its dividend by 1.9% to 53.5 cents quarterly. And the last one we do have here, guys, is Albertsons Companies did just hike their dividend by 25%. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 272 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in, what options we placed, and in general how much we grew the dividend snowball. But guys, in this video I will be going over 5 companies that are expected to announce a dividend hike in the month of January, so definitely stick around. We will be covering those, and we'll see how much they're probably projected to raise their dividend by, just looking at the 5-year CAGR. But you guys already know, every single Sunday, guys, we come back, we look at the dividend snowball, dividend dashboard, whatever you guys want to call it, on my Google Sheets. We see this by the end of the video always grow much larger, so we'll see if we grew it much larger this week. But we did do some purchases, especially with the market going down in the red a little bit, so we did pick up some shares of some of the great companies. So one of the other things here, guys, I want to show you is the annual dividends. I have not had an opportunity, guys. I hope to actually get that to you guys. I know I've been dragging it out, but super busy with personal life stuff. Yeah, I need to wrap that up because we are actually in 2025. I need to show you guys what goals I have for 2025. I've tried to up my contribution, so I'm going to be showing that. We do have quarterly dividends, again, super behind on that, but we are up to date on the options premium. You'll see for the month of January of 2025 we are at $243.36 so far. Rate of return is still pointing to 5.31%, which is actually from 2024, so I'll have to adjust that once I make the goals for 2025. What I have for you guys, we actually do look here at the options though. So far 243, you'll see that we have a couple weeks left in the month of January for options. I've been selling cash secure puts against Google, guys, collecting premium, and hopefully we do get assigned those shares eventually. These are the goals from 2024, guys, so I need to go over them, and hopefully I can sit down and go over that for you guys. I also need to actually fix the dividend payout because, guys, they broke those scripts with Seeking Alpha updating, so hopefully I can get you guys a solution for that. With the local business that we do have running, guys, it's just consuming my time, and I don't have time for this. I barely have enough time to bring you guys the Sunday videos, so I apologize about that. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump over here to the portfolio so I can show you guys where it's at. So as you'll see here, guys, the portfolio is at $278,351.99. It actually did go down. I have it at the 1 month change, which it actually went down $12,134.31, which is about a 4.18%, guys. It's had a small pullback here. Not really worried about it. I think in the long term it'll pay off as well. 3-month change, we're still in the green by 1.18%, which is about $3,000. And then on the 6-month, we're still up in the green by 5.34%, which is about $14,000. And then on the year to date, we are actually down. So this is from the beginning of January of this year. We're down about 0.29%, about $800. And 1 year though, if we do look, we're up 22%, almost 23, which is about $51,000, which I cannot complain about that. I do show you guys here the positions though. You'll see on total gains $31,960.02, which is about a 12.97% return. Cash available, I have about $19.32. As you'll hear, guys, we do have the cash secure put against Google. I'll be showing you that because I did have to roll it over till next week. We would have gotten assigned 100 shares, but why not collect some more premium and then eventually get assigned Google so that we can be over 200 shares. And then you'll see all my other companies that I'm accumulating more shares. And then you'll see SCHD here, guys, 2,733 shares. And then we have about $18,950 invested into SNSXX, which is earning us a little bit over a 4% return, and it's a monthly payer, so I'm super happy with that. And it's a little to no risk, guys, because it's invested in US Treasuries. And then if I show you guys here the portfolio gains, about $69,386.08. Rate of return here is about 34.28%. If I do show you guys here the investment or projected income, next 12 months is projected to make about $4,688.84, which is averaging about $390.74. So in February, it's showing about $140, and then March, $979.23, guys. Typically the third month of every quarter for me is where most of my dividends come out, pay out for us. And yeah, if I do show you guys here the history, you'll see I have it to start from the 6th of January all the way till the 11th, and then you'll see at the very bottom, guys, we do have the cash secure put from Google that expired worthless from the previous week. On the 6th of January, I did do a sell to open. I sold a cash secure put against Google that expired on the 10th of January with a strike price of $192.50. They actually paid me about $86.34 to take this risk or sell this put. And on the 6th, guys, I bought some more Google. I bought one full share at $196.28. And then on the 6th, 7th, I deposited $200 into the portfolio to dollar cost average, and you know, try to continue to stay in the market, continue to accumulate shares, guys, no matter what the market's doing. The market at the end of the week did actually have a nice pullback, so I will probably pick up some more shares. And this coming week, you'll see on the 7th here, we did buy some more Google. Bought about $50 worth of Google. That was about 0.25 shares. And then I bought some SCHD, guys, 2 shares of SCHD. I spent about $54.64. And then, guys, I actually ended up rolling my Google cash secure put. So I did a buy to close on the Google 192.50 strike price that expired on the 10th. We actually paid back $31.66, but I immediately sold it. I did a sell to open. I sold it for the 17th, so that's about next week, at a strike price of $187.50. So I did move down in strike price, moved out for a week. They paid me $120, so the difference is what I get to keep. So I got to keep about $89 or so, and by doing this roll. And again, I would have actually gotten assigned 100 shares because Google did actually close below 192.50. So we got to manage that. And then you'll see here on the 10th, guys, I bought some more SCHD. So I bought 3 shares. Spent about $80, $81 here at about $26.97. So if I do show you guys here, this button's called Calculate Dividends. This is a script I do have available completely for free, guys. All it does is it adds up all the dividends on my page here to show me how much we collected in passive income this week. So let's go ahead and click on it. And guys, we actually collected nothing in passive income this week. That is okay, guys. We did actually do the puts. We sold the puts, so I technically kind of count that as passive. I know that I do have to put a little bit of work because I do have to place them, but majority of the week, you know, they just decay in value, and I get to keep that. Worst case, I get assigned 100 shares of Google, which I do look forward to eventually. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump over the 5 companies that are expected to announce a dividend hike in the month of January. So we'll go ahead and start with the first one. This is organized by highest dividend yield, so lowest ones will be that first. The last one will be the one with the highest potential in dividend hikes. First one is ticker symbol KMB, Kimberly Clark Corporation, guys. Currently trading about $124.46. They are in the consumer staples. They do have a dividend yield of 3.92%. Annual payout is about $4.88, so they pay you out $4.88 per share annually. Payout ratio is 66.21%. 5-year CAGR is at 3.44%. That's about what you expect to get as a dividend hike this month if you're a shareholder of Kimberly Clark. They've been growing their dividend over 52 years. They do pay out quarterly, and they pay out $1.22. So if I do show you guys here the dividend history here, I'll show you that typically if we look at 2023, they were paying $1.18, and then on the beginning of 2024, they raised it to $1.22. So if we look, typically the first quarter is when they announce those dividend hikes. So that is going to be around January 24th of 2024. That was last year. So probably around that range, 124, 125th, you know, the January 24th, 25th is when you should see a dividend hike from Kimberly-Clark. Let's go ahead and move on to the second one, guys, which is ticker symbol CVX, Chevron Corporation, guys. Currently trading at about $153.14. They are in the energy sector, so they do have a dividend yield of 4.26%. Annual payout is $6.52. Payout ratio is 55.94%. 5-year CAGR is actually a lot higher than Kimberly-Clark, but they are at a 6.49%. Dividend growth is over showing 37 years. They do pay out quarterly, and they pay out $1.63. If I do show you guys here the dividend history, you'll see that if we look at 2023, they were paying $1.53. At the first quarter of 2024, they raised it to $1.63. So on the first quarter, they typically announced that, or I guess last year in 2024, they announced it February 2nd, 2024. But if we do look at 2023, they did that on January 25th, 2023. If you keep going down in history, it's typically around the 25th or 26th of January when they announced that dividend hike, if they do plan to hike one this year. Let's go ahead and move on to the third one, guys, which is ticker symbol CMCSA, Comcast Corporation, guys. Currently trading about $36.36. They are in the communication services. They do have a dividend yield of 3.41%. Annual payout is $1.24, and then payout ratio is 28.98%. 5-year CAGR is actually much higher at 8.10%. Dividend growth is over 7 years. They do pay out quarterly, and they pay out 31 cents every quarter. If we do look at the dividend history, we can kind of look, if we do look at 2023, they were paying 27 cents on the first quarter. On the second quarter, they raised it to 29 cents. Same thing for 2024, 29 cents. Second quarter, 31 cents. We're actually on the first quarter. We're going to be on the second quarter, so they were paying 31 cents. And typically the second quarter is announced around January 19th, 2024, and the other one was January 26th, 2023. So probably towards the end of the month is when you should see an announcement of dividend hikes from Comcast, if they do plan to announce a dividend hike this month. But let's go ahead and move on to the fourth one, guys, which is ticker symbol APD, Air Products and Chemicals. Currently trading about $293.08. They are in the materials sector. Dividend yield is at 2.42%. Payout ratio, not payout ratio, annual payout is at $7.08. Payout ratio is 56.80%. 5-year CAGR is over 8.82%, which is really, really awesome. Dividend growth is showing as 0 for some reason. And then dividend quarterly, or I guess dividend frequency is quarterly. They pay out $1.77. So they do pay out, I guess if we look at the dividend history, this kind of shows a little bit weird, but if we do look at 2023, or I guess 2022, last quarter, $1.62, and then in the first quarter of 2023, they raised it to $1.75. And then if we look at Q4 of 2023, $1.75. And then on the first quarter of 2024, $1.77. So typically around the first quarter, and for some reason, this is showing up on 2025. But if we do look to the right, guys, this typically gets announced around January 25th, 2024. If we look at 2023, January 26th, 2023. So probably towards the end of January, guys, like most of these companies are expected to announce a dividend hike. Let's go ahead and move on to the last one, guys, which is ticker symbol UPS, United Parcel Services. Trading about $123.28. They are in the industrial sector. Dividend yield is a 5.29%. Annual payout is $6.52. Payout ratio is over 87.38%. 5-year CAGR is over 11.17%. Dividend growth is 15 years. Quarterly is the frequency that they do pay out, which is about $1.63 every single quarter. If I do look at the history here, guys, for the dividends, you'll see that if we look at 2023, or I guess at the end of 2022. Fourth quarter, $1.52. On the first quarter of 2023, they raised it to $1.62. And then on 2024 first quarter, they raised it to $1.63. So typically around the first quarter, guys, that was around January 30th, 2024. And then 2023 was January 31st, 2023. So towards the end of January again as well. But these are all the companies that are expected to announce dividend hikes in the month of January, guys. Let me know if you own any of them, if you're looking forward to any of the dividend hikes from them, and definitely would love to know in the comment section. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, by seeing how much we grew the dividend snowball this week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so I have a copy of this over here so we can kind of see the difference when we kick off the scripts. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here to settings. We can go ahead and get rid of this, and let's go ahead and jump over to Empower, which has all the copy or the latest version of my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. Click this green button. It's called Copy Holdings. This copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which we can then right click, paste special values, and there we go. We can jump over here to holdings. There's actually an old snapshot of my portfolio from last week. Once we go to portfolio tools, update for holdings, as will get wiped, it'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. So click on it, give it a second or two, and there it goes, guys. Everything is being auto calculated for us. And guys, it looks like on the projected dividend yield, it's at 1.71% compared to 1.70% from last week. That makes sense since the market did actually pull back. Yield on cost is at 1.93%, no change there. On the yearly though, we are at $4,762.49 compared to $4,756.46. And then monthly, $396.87 compared to $396.37. And then on the weekly, $91.59 compared to $91.47. And then on the daily, guys, we went up by 2 pennies, $13.05. Hourly, we're still making 54 cents every single hour. And then hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $2.29. We're going to eventually try to get this to minimum wage, guys. We'll see how long that takes. But that will be a huge milestone when we do achieve it. And this is actually all I have, guys. So don't forget to subscribe with the notification. Drop a big thumbs up on the video. Definitely appreciate it, guys. Let me know in the comments if you own any of these companies that are expected to announce dividend raises, dividend hikes in the month of January. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, let me know by dropping a hashtag hikes, because guys, there are some pretty juicy dividend hikes coming up, and definitely looking forward to it. Stay safe, take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.